Today we got special guest Jim, and we are talking about a great movie here, The Greasy Strangler.
Okay, wait. Whose idea was this? Okay, we're gonna have words.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the backstage, just in case they haven't seen it?
This Los Angeles set tale follows Ronnie, a man who runs a disco walking tour along with his browbeaten son Braden.
This freaking movie.
When a sexy, that should be in quotes really, alluring, also should be in quotes, woman, you know what, different strokes for different folks, comes to take the tour, it begins a competition between father and son for her attentions. It also signals the appearance of an oily, slimy, inhuman maniac, soon dubbed the Greasy Strangler, who stalks the streets at night and strangles the innocent.
Swag.
So, was this you just saying that you like naked old men?
Indirectly, but it was a strong implication.
Woo! There's a lot going on in this.
Yeah. There is a lot of ugly nudity in this movie.
Yeah, there is.
You see beehole.
Full beehole, yeah.
You see full wiener.
Yeah. Lots of fire hose penis.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the peni are definitely fake.
In a way, though, it is censored because they are wearing prosthetics over the actual equipment. Yeah.
It felt kind of small to me. But...
Yeah, well, for Braden, sure, but...
I'm just comparing it to myself.
of course.
Oh,
you get where I'm going there.
You're smaller than Braden.
It does make me wonder. I mean, this is getting directly into it immediately, but I don't know if anybody noticed this, but the prosthetic peni. Did anybody notice how weirdly red they are?
The tip?
Yes.
Just the tip? Yeah.
Just that. Like,
and pointy.
Yeah, I'm like, is that like lipstick? Like, what is this?
It's like a baby holding an apple.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Apple?
Do you know?
Yeah.
That's
No,
from
I
a
get
movie.
that.
That's from a movie. It's from
Yeah, baby.
Arthur. No, it's from Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arthur with Keira Knightley.
What? No, wasn't that from Austin Powers?
Thank you.
That's Austin Powers, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe it was from
Yeah.
both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know it from Arthur.
I mean, I know.
Which came first?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Which game? Let me know.
I mean, I'm
curious.
pretty
Like
familiar
comics
with
and
classic
comics.
literature. I'm pretty sure it was Austin Powers.
I do think Austin Powers came first.
Yeah.
I remember it from
Early 2000s.
a magazine article in which Ozzy Osbourne was talking about the time he saw Tommy Lee's penis. True story.
Man, we got derailed hard.
Yeah, we did. Well, we do that. I think last time we started talking about 70s porn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yes.
It's definitely one of the decades of that.
It is. It
Yeah,
is definitely one of the
undoubtedly.
decades.
It would not be one of our shows if we didn't go get a little sidetracked and go on a tangent of some kind.
Yeah, Garrett's known for his tangents.
Yeah.
He just starts talking about
Funny story.
one-armed ex-girlfriends or whatever.
And it wasn't a girlfriend. Yeah, I was. I hung out with a girl that wanted to get down my pants, who had her right arm was down to the elbow, but I was stoned, and I was like, nah, I thought we were just hanging out.
Okay.
True story.
I just like setting them off on little tangents. It's fun.
Her name was Nubs.
Nubs. Was
Yeah.
that like her birth name?
Oh no, that was her
That's-
nickname in
that's-
high school.
I was gonna say that's eerily prophetic.
Right? She was born without that arm.
It's like a
And about
Primus
that
song. My name is Muds. Or Nubs. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Her name was Nubs.
Yeah.
I hear the slap bass now.
It's kind of hard to slap bass when
Yeah.
you only got like a.
Well, I didn't mean that she was the bassist.
Well,
Oh!
you know, she could be getting assistance. You don't know.
That's true, yeah. There's some guy up there just hitting the
Yeah,
bass.
there's some guy just giving a reach around.
Oh yes, the bassy reach around.
Yeah,
Speaking
Okay.
of prosthetics.
yeah.
Are you want to join in? Come on in.
No, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Get all of us in here.
Is this still a Greasy Strangler review?
Yeah, I know. Right? Okay.
Somehow, yes. Yes.
What do you like about this movie, Jim?
I think the thing that blows me away about this film is just how intense the entire thing is from beginning to end. Like, the way that it combines comedy that actually makes you laugh out loud, along with the fact that it's actually disgusting. It's not just going for some kind of honorary shock value where you just kind of intuitively think, oh, that's gross. It actually does get like a physiological reaction out of you.
Not like those Gornos or torture porn films.
Yeah, exactly. Those can be oddly numbing because
Those bore me.
It's so obvious that they're trying to shock you, and
Yeah.
it just seems like they're reveling in it. It's oddly numbing, and this one doesn't really have that. Yeah,
The style of it reminds me a lot of Napoleon Dynamite.
I could kind of see the resemblance.
Right. Obviously, Napoleon Dynamite is PG. You
Yeah.
don't get the gross outs and all
Yeah,
that
this
stuff.
is not that.
But it's that style
It's not
of
like Pedro showed his beehole to
weird.
get
It-
elected
it's
president.
weird.
Could have worked though.
Right?
The woman in it is
Yeah.
from Eastbound and Down.
Yes.
So it's got that. She already had that kind of
Yeah.
weird style.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think another thing that I appreciate too about this is the fact that they allowed her to be weird. She didn't have to just be there and be the voice of reason just because she's a woman. She was able to revel in the weirdness along with the men.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that's inclusive in a way that we don't usually think of.
Like randomly showing her titties.
Yeah, I like that.
And then being like, oh, I didn't say you could suck on them. I mean...
That actually no the topless scene of her
Yeah.
is very reminiscent of like Joe Sherlock. He doesn't care what you look like.
Oh, yes.
He'll put you on
yes.
camera.
It's true.
Yeah.
Check out our review of
Yeah.
Deadly Culture Species X. Where,
That was last week.
first sequence. Actually, you know what?
Do you know Joe Sherlock, the director?
I have not heard of him.
Oh.
Yeah.
He puts
You're
a
in for a
lot
treat.
of large...
We're talking under $1,000.
This also kind
Gotcha.
of reminds me of like a Lucy and Freud painting, which is a strange comparison to make. But yeah, seriously, just go on Google Images, look up Lucy and Freud paintings. This movie is like that, but in movement, in motion.
I'm going to do that, but this
Yeah,
might,
I'm going to do it because I don't know what you're talking
Oh yeah,
about.
have fun.
this might come back to bite me. Like, remember that
It will.
instance in Psycho?
Oh, the hairy thing?
Yeah, that was-
And then I showed you the...
Yeah, and then I tried looking it up, and I didn't see anything like that. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck
Was,
you did to your
was
search engine.
safe search on?
No.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you did. That didn't happen to me. But actually, you know what? For another thing, when it comes to the like the inclusivity in this film, this is another unusual example. But I was thinking even of the fact that the actors that are in this, I mean, they're not really known for being in hardly anything else. The lady who plays Janet, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but yeah, you mentioned that she was in Eastbound and Down. Sky Elobar, who plays Braden in this film. The only other film that I know him for is that he had a minor role as a cashier in Under the Silver Lake, which was directed by the same guy who made It Follows. Can't remember his name either.
Oh, okay.
And then Michael St. Michaels, who played Big Ronnie in this one, I've never seen him in anything else. So these are actors who, if it wasn't for this film, you likely never would have heard of them before, and yet they knock it out of the park with all of their performances. And actually, acting in films like this, where you can't really behave like a believable, well-adjusted adult, tends to actually be rather difficult. Like, I would compare the acting in this film to something like a David Lynch film, and even though it's easy to look at it and just superficially think that it's bad acting, it requires a lot of deliberation. It's not automatic. It's not like you tell people, just go up there and act weird. There's a very specific method to the madness, because they have to act not just like horrible actors, but like maladjusted human beings that operate in the real world. And I do think that they knock it out of the park, and there's probably not a lot of other films where they could have showed off their acting abilities other than this one.
Yeah. I mean...
Speaking of knocking it out of the park, you just did, so thanks.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
review over.
Yeah.
Tim just nailed it.
As
Yeah,
for the
that's-
Lucy and Freud painting,
Yeah.
it does.
Okay, just kind of weird.
That's pretty mild, because, like, we're like the big naked men.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yeah, because, like, okay, that looks a little bit like what I'm talking
good.
about.
I've got my fill.
It didn't show me any big naked men, but
Here, let me
Here,
try on mine.
You need a big naked man? All right, hold
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Yeah, let me check
Oh,
my
yes,
gallery.
please,
Let me check my archive.
Hold on, I got the big naked man
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah.
Let me pull this
Yeah, let
up.
me check my naked men, my big naked men folder.
We all have one of those. No judgment.
I don't.
Ew, weird.
Yeah,
Right?
what? What's wrong with you?
We normally don't kink shame, but this calls for.
I don't know. I'm trying to bring shame back to America.
Amen.
America, make it shameful again.
Yeah, bring back shame.
I don't know, man. Yeah, Lucian Freud loves painting weird, gelatinous, fat, naked men, but
For some reason, it's not showing any of the. It's. I like the art style. I really do.
Yeah, it's a weird art style.
Hold up.
You know what it reminds me of?
This is what I'm talking about. Like,
Oh my gosh! Yes, yeah.
yeah,
that
this is very Greasy
yeah.
Strangler. Like
is.
that looks like
is.
something straight out of
Dude,
Greasy
that's Hank
Strangler.
Hill.
That should be like hanging up in
there's
their
no
living
butt.
room.
There's no butt. That's Hank Hill.
And actually, you know what? That reminds me of another thing, although it's not strictly related to the topic of big naked men. But the cinematography in this film is another thing that's like weirdly on point, and it's one of the things that to me indicates that this isn't just like a bad film; it's a good film, kind of pretending to be a bad film.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's
I
a
agree.
great film in the style of a horrible film. It's a smart point said stupidly. That's the
They
best
also
way that I can think of to summarize its style.
they did have a little bit of money behind them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They had
that's
Elijah
true.
Wood,
Yeah, that's true.
so he's got
Yeah.
money. He
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
even have to work if he doesn't want to. I mean,
He pitched in. I don't even know how much money. I think it was somewhere in the low millions, just because he wanted to see this thing so damn bad.
see,
that he knew
that
if he
to
didn't pitch
me-
in the money, it wasn't going to get made.
to me, this is not that.
Yeah,
That knocks it out of being an independent film. Yes, it's considered an independent film, but
Yeah.
to me, nope.
We do.
Once you hit that million mark, shoot, 500,000. No, this isn't.
micro to.
Yeah, I watch movies
Yeah.
that are made on
My mini budgets.
$1,000.
and if you
It's
when you're watching the film at first, actually one of the things that's noticeable about is when they're listing all of the different production companies that pitched in money towards it. There's like 10 of them. It just like keeps going one after another because they couldn't get all the money from one company because everybody knew this thing is like financial suicide. Like how the hell is this going to make its money back?
Right.
So they had to get a bunch of smaller loans from different companies in order to fund it. There was no way to get all the money from one
And yet,
source.
I bet they made their money back.
I don't think that they did. I know for a fact that they didn't when they were when it was still in theaters, but it may have since it went to home media.
This
I'm
was
not
in
really
theaters?
positive. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably now.
Thank God, I wish I would have seen it. While
Oh,
I
I
was
can't
in
imagine.
I'm sure this is.
Yeah, I'm sure
definitely
theaters were
in-
packed. Extra greasy, extra nude.
That's right.
I mean,
Come on, bring the kids.
Yeah, well, maybe not so much that, but you know.
hey man, I'd show my child like, look, this is what you don't want to grow into.
No.
Yeah, wait until they turn
kidding.
like 18 and then be like, hey, you're an adult now, don't do this. Like,
Don't dip yourself
Yeah.
in grease and
you can watch
go
R17.
after
yeah.
women with that wear merkins
Yeah.
because Janet was definitely wearing a merkin.
You know what? Actually, another thing too, in terms of the inclusivity thing. I know we already moved on from that topic, but the three tourists from the tour guide scene earlier in the movie, the three guys who are present for the walking tour in the first scene, who all get killed in the parking lot of the hotel like 5 minutes later. Those three guys, actually, I think one of them is Indian, the other one's Senegalese, and then the other one is from Scandinavia. And it's like, well, those aren't particularly commonly represented demographics in movies.
No.
Like this movie is very good at just like sneaking in really good things like that, and
Right.
it's not very obvious.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the Senegalese tourist was
Yeah.
he had brief bits in I want to say That's My Boy as well as Grandma's Boy.
Yeah,
The Dr. Buntu, or I think his name was.
interesting.
Yeah, he had really bit parts, but he was like an African witch doctor that Dave Franco
Yeah.
hired. No, it wasn't Dave Franco. It was
Andy Samberg.
The stoner in Grandma's Boy.
Oh.
He hired to
I was thinking
help
that's my
train
boy.
his
Okay.
lion or monkey or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've not seen that one.
it's a great stoner comedy.
What'd you think about this, Garrett?
Honestly, this is one every single time I watch it, I notice something little, and I love that about it.
Yeah.
Like this was for the review. This was the third time that we had watched it together, and I noticed in one of the scenes where the money. It literally was stuck between Michael St. Michael's butt cheeks. And he pulled, he literally stood there and did the entire scene with a fake currency stuck betwixt his cheeks and just so he could pull it out. And it wasn't just pan the camera away and make it look like, no,
Yeah.
he literally held
Yeah,
it there.
that's commitment. That's method
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
He actually did want to method act the scene where they go through the car the car wash thing. He wanted to do that with actual water being sprayed, and they were trying to research whether or not that would be safe for him to do. And it turns out it wasn't something that he could do because the water that they use to wash people's cars in the car wash, you should probably know this, is recycled sewage water. So it's safe for cleaning off your car, but it's not something that you would actually want to make direct contact with your skin, flying into orifices.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I applaud his commitment.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I dig that. And I love a lot of the, as David knows, I'm a huge fan of practical special effects, and this one has it in spades.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really remember a lot of conspicuous CGI in this film, except for the scene where Big Ronnie sticks his finger into Oinker's nose hole, which, if you haven't seen the film, sounds like a non sequitur.
No, that is an actual scene,
Yeah.
like the description of that.
Yeah, that is like the fastest, most accurate way to describe that.
The eyes popping out.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I think there was only 2 sequences of that.
Yeah.
There was very minimal CGI in that way.
Well, actually, originally too, the first scene of somebody's like eyes popping out of their head, which was shot with the actor Mel Cole. He was the hot dog vendor guy. I love that. That scene originally was apparently much longer. And in fact, there was actually a lot of footage left on the cutting room floor because the original cut was like 45 minutes longer.
Oh, dang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
and like I'm still curious. Like I want to see the
That
rest
would have
of
been
it.
too long.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's another weird thing too. Is like I've seen the film I think 6 times by this point, and after actually having seen it multiple times and knowing what's going to happen, suddenly those scenes that seem like they drag on for forever, like the bullshit artist scene on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
where they're just screaming that back and forth.
B-U-L-L-S-H-I-T.
Yeah.
I
New
say
word.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those scenes feel drastically faster when you've already seen them before and you know how long they're going to go
Faster?
on. So yeah, it seems a lot
okay.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scene where
a
Big
lot
Ronnie
shorter, I
is
should say.
randomly dancing, like when the spotlight hits him, that
Yeah.
feels much shorter each time.
Yeah. That's an interesting scene too, because I mean it's literally laugh out loud funny, which is like how rare is it that comedies actually make you laugh out loud? And it's like when I look
Genuine
back on that
comedy.
scene, it fits in there so well in terms of like the pacing and the overall vibe of the film, and yet I cannot explain why that film is there or why that scene is there. It really doesn't make any sense. I can't think of any like diegetic plot reason why that scene should happen, but
It works.
it's almost like Ronnie is speaking directly to the audience in a way. Like this is the worst metaphor ever. This is the worst comparison, but it's like a Shakespearean soliloquy where the main character is just speaking directly to the audience, where you can't really make sense of this story wise, but yet it still works. The only difference here being that it's nonverbal. It's all demonstrated via his weird little villain dance.
I remember
Yeah.
the play Shakespeare did about the man with the mouse's head for a peen.
That was my favorite one. Yeah, the tragedy of Mousio.
Yeah.
Another fun thing I did want to point out, because on the third watch through, I was like, holy crap. The hot dog vendor mourners, the 2 Asian twins, they actually starred in Observe and Report with Seth Rogen.
I'm still surprised that you caught that too, because they didn't even have a single line, and they have under half of a minute of screen time. Like, how the hell did you spot that?
I was like, wait a second.
Similarly, audience members might possibly recognize Mel Cole from the second to last episode of Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule. He was an extra in the audience in Steve's show within the show, but he doesn't have any lines in that one, which is kind of another example of like how these actors wouldn't have gotten a chance to do anything like this if they weren't in this movie.
Right.
Yeah, like who knows? We could be sleeping on Mel Cole. I mean, he could be like an Oscar-worthy actor for all we know. But I mean,
Give
what
him more chances
opportunity
already.
is there?
Yeah.
You know.
It's true. I mean,
Who knows how much like hidden talent we're sleeping on?
I mean, I know one of the production companies is actually owned by Elijah Wood. So, hey, Elijah, you like this movie?
Yeah.
Make more.
What
Seriously.
would you rate this out of a 10? 1 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with a really unconventional choice here. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know if it's top 10 necessarily, but probably like top 15. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one 10 greasy sausages out of 10, and
Okay.
a bottle of water.
And a bottle of water to
Okay.
wash the grease down.
Where are you at, Garrett?
Exactly.
I having seen it 3 times, and I love the fact every single time, like there's like something new to spot in this film. I will also give I will give this one 8 greasy sausages. just because it's one that is fun to rewatch, which is not like a lot of the usual movies we've done recently.
Okay.
You know, as well as it's even more fun to watch with people. So,
Yeah. I can
Very
see
good
that.
crowd movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
like, yo, dude,
Yeah.
check this movie out.
Wait, so what'd you give it?
8.
8. Okay. I'm going right down the middle. Average.
5 greasy
Interesting.
sausages.
I'm being nice.
I mean, it is a deeply repulsive movie.
Yeah.
It's like Cronenberg
But-
body horror, but less horror on the body. It's just the bodies are in this film are a little horrific.
It's I just really appreciate what a strong reaction the film actually gives. Like it's
Which is
weirdly
rare.
intense. Yeah, like I can't even explain how many times I've tried to watch comedy movies and I don't laugh a single time. Like nothing happens the whole time. Or you watch horror movies and they're not actually scary at all. This is one of the rare
That
films
happens a
that
lot.
actually does get a reaction out of you. Like a strong one, pervasively all
Right.
the way through. Yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. It's
But with that, we should probably wrap it up.
I think this is the most this is the most spread score we've ever gotten on a single film.
Yeah,
on,
I agree.
Yeah, this
our
is
channel.
deeply polarizing, which is pretty suiting.
Oh yeah, I mean usually even like amongst guest characters and guest stars, we have been around a general like no, this one has been pretty. But yeah, if you've seen it, let us know what you think. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out just because it does merit a.
It is a must-watch.
You will
It
you will
is.
never see another film like this in your
Right.
life. Yeah,
100%
It's a
agree
very
on that.
unique experience.
Oh yeah, and it is an experience,
Yeah.
definitely. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay demented.